Hi from that Lviv girl. This video will be about how people can coexist. It will be about missionary work in Latin America. Ukraine, we need help, we need prayer, and we are very stressed, and everything that we see around Ukraine, all the political decisions and discussions really hurt us, as our president says. Any delay, any inability to do as promised is hurting us, and hurting us at the front lines. We are trying to understand and have our faith. So that's update about the current events in Ukraine. So I want to talk about the Jesuit missions of the Guarani. It's one of the most incredible ruins in the country of Argentina. Ruinas de San Ignacio, Miní, a settlement where Roman Catholic priests, Jesuit priests, lived, christened indigenous people. The settlement was founded by the Jesuits during their missionary work throughout South America during the 17th century. It's all over there in northern Argentina. You see their footprint of the priests and the Christian communities there. If you go to see the waterfalls, there's also a museum. You can also see them there coexisting and working together with the indigenous people. Jesuits sought to coexist with local people in harmony. The priest Montoya built a settlement in the upstream river basin, but it was attacked by a group of slave hunters from Portugal, and as I discussed before, they were called bandeirantes. In that location, 12,000 people, indigenous people, lived. As this settlement was destroyed, a lot of people died. They moved down the stream and they rebuilt their own village again. And this is what you are seeing now, the ruins of the Miní settlement. 4,000 people lived in that settlement, those people who survived the raids. Besides the church in the main square, there was cemetery, monastery, and some houses where the locals lived. And these structures were built using local red sandstone, which is very popular in that area. They observed their Christian faith, and they were self-sufficient. They had 150 years of quite Christian way of life. They took care of themselves, so they did hunting, fishing, and they were living off the land, and they produced rich cultural and handicraft products, and the Spanish commercialized them by trade via nearby Paraná River. All the goods were delivered down by the river stream. They were delivered to locations to be sold, and even the wood from these ships' floating structures was also sold. So now we are looking at remnants of the mission, the Jesuit mission. It was the Guarani Baroque style. It was found in 1897 and is now a UNESCO World Heritage. The father who founded the settlement studied the language and published the first Guarani dictionary in the world. So this is an example of how another people and another culture had intention of learning from other people, learning the language, striving to coexist, producing something together, benefiting financially, and having their peaceful life for 150 years. The church was in the center. It was huge. There were M and A letters. They represent the Virgin of Mary. It's a monogram. If you look at the base of the columns, there are carvings of sun and plants, and church architecture was with indigenous influence. The ruins are still being uncovered. There's still much more to find. So what happened next after this settlement was founded and it flourished? There was suppression of the Society of Jesus, which was the order of Jesuits, in 1767. And so Jesuits left the mission a year later. And Luso-Brazilian forces destroyed the mission in 1817. Also other missions in the area. Yeah, so it was Utopia in the jungle. Jesuit missions of the Guaranis. San Ignacio, Miní. The UNESCO World Heritage. And I was really lucky, really blessed to see it in Argentina. What about Ukraine? Jesuits were also active in Ukraine. They founded colleges and academies. They were very active in the western part of Ukraine, so actually Lviv and neighboring region, Belarus also. And also Ukrainian clergy were often graduates of Jesuit seminaries. As I was preparing this video, I was doing research. I found out about Jesuit priests who were serving at the front lines, not doing the fighting, but just I saw them having liturgy in eastern Ukraine. When the war started, the Society of Jesus, they accompanied 80,000 people in the first 18 months since the start of the war in Ukraine, basically taking care of refugees. So this is their presence in Latin America and Argentina, and their presence in Ukraine, and this shows how different people can coexist. And as we tried during Soviet Union with Russia, and maybe in the past, and now we are just looking at ruins of how it all turned out for us. Thank you for watching this video. Please like it and subscribe to the channel. Bye.
Ooh.